All right, hello everybody. What I want to talk about today is the reason why time is a mindset. You see, sometimes we get in this mindset and we start talking about, I don't have time. I don't know when I'll make time. There's not enough time in the day. How many of you have ever said that? I know I have. And I've been in the space where time just seems impossible to get things done. I'll procrastinate. I will do everything else but the thing that it is that I want to complete. And the reason why I say time is a mindset is because if you think about it, time is manipulative. This means that whenever you put yourself in a goal and you give yourself a time period, oftentimes you get it done when you put focus and you put all of your concentration onto that task at hand, right? Which means that somehow you found the time to do that very thing that you said you don't have time for, right? So maybe there's something really big for you. Maybe there's a passion that you want to put out there. Maybe there's a task that you're trying to complete, but everything inside of you is saying, I just don't have the time. I don't know when I'll do it. And the reason why is because you have a mindset that time only exists for things that come before you. Let me say that again. You have a mindset that time only exists for things that come before you. You see, when it comes down to our creativity, and it comes down for us manifesting things, and it comes down to us making an intention and completing that task of that very thing that we say we want to do, most of the times it comes down to putting us first. And if we have a mindset that we don't come first, but everything else comes before us, chances are we're never going to make time for the things that we want to do, the things that we want to create, the things that we want to put out there. We'll put our jobs before ourselves. We'll put our schedule before ourselves, our children, our family, our friends, TV, everything else before the thing that it is we want to complete, the thing that it is we want to finish. And the real reason behind that is this presence of fear. Let me tell you about fear. Fear goes hand in hand with creativity. Anytime you are embarking on something new, anytime you are creating something from your heart, anytime you are starting something that feels passionate and it's something that puts you in the middle of it, guess what? Fear is going to be right there with you. Fear is going to be standing next to you, making you afraid. And guess what? That's okay. That's okay. Creativity doesn't come without fear. So if you have a mindset and a belief system that fear shouldn't exist the minute you try to do something creative, then you're going to be waiting to do that creative thing for a long time. So time is a mindset. You have to think of putting yourself first in the task that you want to do. What is it that you've been wanting to do? What is it that you've been craving? What is it that your heart's been longing to do? That thing, that's the thing you need to go after. That is your creativity. That is your intention. And when you put that ahead of all the other excuses, all the other stories, then you automatically shift your mindset. And guess what? You find time. Time just somehow magically appears. Let me tell you, 3 months ago, I left my full-time job to do exactly what I'm doing right now. And it is my creative work. It is my passion work. It is my full-time business. I love helping women learn how to put themselves first. And this is something that I'm very passionate about because I know a lot about putting everyone else and everything else before me. It's easy for me to get bogged down in busy work. It's easy for me to get bogged down in just laying in the bed and watching Netflix all day versus putting forth an effort. It's easy. And it's easy for me. I imagine it's really easy for you. And as someone who's been there, I am here to say I get it. I get exactly what it feels like to put everything else before your own and wishing and sitting back on the sidelines, looking at everyone else, comparing yourself to everyone else and wishing you can do it just like they are. But in order for you to get to that space where you can take these massive, amazing leaps into your own creativity, you're going to have to do two things. And the first thing is to change your mindset. That's the first thing. The first thing is to change your mindset. And the second thing is to take action. What is one thing that you can do that transcends the time that you believe you don't have? And what that means is find time in your daily schedule or your routine that puts action to your creative project or your creative task. Maybe it's 5 minutes. Maybe it's 10 minutes. Maybe it's 1 minute. Whatever you do, you are making momentum to get closer to the very thing you say you want. If you just sit back and you do nothing, then you'll be waiting for time to work for you. You must make time work for yourself. So change your mindset, take action, because time is a mindset and it can be manipulated. When you decide to put yourself first for the creative projects and the intentional desires of your own heart, when you put those first, life starts to look different. Life starts to look bolder. Life starts to look enriching. And who wouldn't want that? So if you are a woman who is struggling to learn how to put herself first, you can't seem to make time, you can't seem to find it in the schedule, you can't seem to relate to anyone who doesn't get it, then I want to work with you. I want to help you learn how to make time for yourself, how to prioritize the very thing that you say you want to do in life, how to let that fear not get in the way of keeping you stuck right where you stand. And I want you to succeed so that you can have this intentional, purpose-filled life that activates all your heart's desires and the joy that lives inside of you. And if you are that woman who's like, I definitely need to learn how to put myself first. I thought that I knew how to do it, but every time I always get it wrong. I want to work with you. Go to my website at www.cultivateselflove.com. And when you fill out the consultation form, put in there, you heard me from this video and you want to learn how to start putting yourself first so that you can live an intentionally filled, purposely filled, heart-driven life where all of your creativity is at the front center of your life.